Scratch Lesson 1. This is going to be the video updated directions. My intention with this is for you to watch part of the video, then pause it, do that, those steps, complete those steps, and then resume the video, again pausing, and then doing those steps. And I'll kind of try to remind you to pause as we go along. And this is an update to the directions that could be fetched. Again, your username is going to be right here. This is where all your files are going to be stored locally, not locally, sorry, stored on the cloud with Scratch, so it's not stored locally on your machine. You're going to want to, right up here, click on Create. This will load the editor. Now, lesson 1, our goal with this is for you to create your own character, give it 4 costumes so that it can later be animated. Animation in Scratch is done by changing costumes, kind of like a flip book in art where you flip through the corners of a page with little like stick people and it looks like it's animated. Works the same basic way. So a quick overview on the left right here where my cursor is scrolling around, this is the block coding area. You can see it's color coded categories. I'm not going to go through all those in this video, but you can see what they are. In the middle here is where we're actually going to write all our code, and it is a vertical code, so you need to create the code and then it runs it from the top to the bottom in sequential order. This window over here on the right is our preview window. It shows you what a preview of your file looks like. Down below, this is the sprite area. This is where all the characters or sprites in your game are going to be located. And then finally, in the bottom right hand corner is the stage area. So this is where your backgrounds would be. So we're not going to be doing anything with this right in the beginning. When you first open a file, you'll see that it preloads this cat. That's the logo or mascot, whatever you want to call it, for Scratch. So we're going to go and we're going to get down here. You can see, click on the garbage can and get rid of that. If you want to have your coding area larger, there's a view right up here. This makes your preview window small, and then your coding area larger. This is the normal size preview area, and then coding area, and then this is full screen preview window. Alright, so we're going to begin by drawing our own sprite, and we're going to make this a simple little avatar view stick figure. So I want you to go down here and click for choose a sprite, but we're not going to choose one, we don't want to use a pre-made, we're going to draw our own. Do not do this in backdrops, please. Do this as a sprite. So we're going to go to choose a sprite, and then you're going to click on paint. Once you do that, you'll be loaded with the paint editor. It's similar to like Microsoft Paint or Google Drawings or whatever. So we are going to select the circle shape for the head. The fill color here, I want to click on that. I don't need a purple face, so I'm going to click this line here for transparent. If you would like to set a color, you can do that. I'm just going to leave mine transparent for now. And then what I'm going to do is click and draw, and that will create the head of my figure. Next, I'm going to go to the straight line tool here. I'm going to take the thickness and increase it a little bit. This is how thick the line is. And then I'm going to simply draw a very simple body for my sprite. So we'll do legs, we'll do one arm, and 2 arms. Now we do want to give just a tiny bit of personality to your avatar here, so we are going to add a face. The way I would do that is I'm going to select the circle tool. I'm going to draw one eyeball, and then I'm going to draw a second one. That's going to be the pupil, so I want this to be small, and then I'm going to fill that in with a color. So whatever you would like, fill it in with that color. Now if you click on the cursor tool right here, it's the arrow pointer, you could grab the pupil, put it inside of the eye. Okay, so now I have one eyeball. I want to have 2 identical eyeballs, so again with the cursor tool, I'm going to highlight the entire both objects, and I'm going to click group, so it is now one object. I am then going to copy and paste, so copy and paste, and that gives me a 2 identical eyeballs, so I can take each and put them into my sprite's head. And finally, I'm going to grab the paintbrush, choose a color, and draw a mouth on my sprite. Alright, at this point we have one last final thing, and that is going to be to add some hair color. So you can pick whatever color you want and give your sprite a little bit of hair. Alright, at this point I recommend pausing the video and making sure that you have your sprite drawn with a face. Okay, I'm going to assume that you have now finished your sprite, and now we're going to take this, and this is the front-facing costume. So right here where it has costume, you're going to click in here and change it to front. And that just names the costume you can see here. So that way we're going to label these, which will be important later for our animation. Once you have your first front-facing sprite, we're going to draw the back view because we want to make our dancer spin around in a circle. Rather than redraw the entire character, redraw your entire sprite, there's an easier way. If you hold on your Chromebook the Alt key and then hold that down, and then with your mouse click on your front costume, let go of your Alt key, and then select duplicate, you will have two costumes. Well, this front two we're just going to rename back and make this our back costume. Now, to make a back costume, it's quite simple. All we do is grab the eraser, we erase the face, because this is the back of somebody's back of your avatar's head, and then you're simply going to grab your paintbrush and you're going to fill in your hair all on the back of your sprite. And now you have the back view by duplicating and just filling in the back of the hair. So go ahead and do that, pause the video, and duplicate your sprite to make your back costume. Alright, I'm going to assume that you have your front and your back. Now we need to make our left and our right. Rather than completely redraw, again, it's easier to duplicate and modify. So I'm going to hold the Alt key on the keyboard of your Chromebook. You're going to click with the mouse on your front costume yet again, let go of the Alt key, and then select the duplicate. And for this front two, let's make this the left view. So I'm going to call this left. Alright, to make the left view, we only want to see the side of the face, so I'm going to grab the eraser. I'm going to erase the arm that's going backwards, and the leg that is going backwards. And then I'm going to erase the mouth, and the back, or the rear eyeball. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to grab the line tool, and I am going to add in a second front leg and a second arm, and then I'm going to grab the paintbrush tool, select the red color that I had here, and we're going to draw the mouth in. Okay, so I'm also going to erase a little bit of the hair so he doesn't have a unibrow here. Alright, so it's again not fully detailed, there's no nose or anything like that, but you get the idea. You have a front view, a left view is facing the left, and a back view. Now, we need a right view yet. That's the only costume we are missing to complete the full rotation of spinning around. So do you think you need to draw an entire right? Hopefully not. Hopefully you've guessed, nope, I'm going to duplicate that costume. So again, you're going to press the Alt key, hold that down, click on the left view, let go of the Alt key, select duplicate, and we're going to call this right. Now, if you notice, it's not facing right, so we're going to click on the cursor here. All right, select the cursor tool for our right costume, and we're going to choose flip horizontal. So we now have a front view, a left view, a right view, and a back view. And that completes lesson 1. Once you have those 4 costumes for your sprite, again, make sure it's a sprite, not in the backdrops over here, make sure it's a sprite, then you have completed lesson 1.